Hey folks, welcome back here to my channel Whiskey Wismar, and today, after a short hiatus of 4 weeks or so, I want to present you a new whiskey. This is, well, not particularly new. It's a 1991 Mortlach, 18 years old, bottled on the 9th of September 2009. So almost 10 years in the bottle now, and bottled by an independent bottler named C&S Dram Collection. So what is C&S Dram Collection? Well, this is a German bottler, and mainly responsible for these bottlings is a man named Andrea Camineci, and quite renowned really for some of the Glenglassaus that he has released specifically for himself and in his name. And this label, this bottler, has been publishing and releasing new bottlings since 2005, and still going. Yeah, so they had variety of different labels or releases. They were the Dram regionals, so rather young aged single malts, all through and through single cask and cask strength. Then the regular Dram collection and the Dram Good collection, and then also Dram Senior with ages exceeding 20 years, as far as I know. Also then in a differently shaped bottle. So here, as I said, we have a Mortlach, and for those in the know and for those who know Mortlach, then you know that this is rather heavy stuff. So usually pretty meaty, as it's called, lots of umami flavors, and this is what Mortlach is really famous for. It is quite an odd whiskey as well, because the distillation process is very complex. Only really highlighted recently in the last couple of years when they released these squarish bottles in half-liter bottles, and then on the label or etched in it, lasered engraved in the glass, they had the distillation 2.81 times distillation on their bottles, so highlighted there. I cannot go into all the detail how this distillation actually works, and frankly, it's really hard to recall. It's a very complex distillation process, and not just double distillation or triple distillation or something in between, but they do a lot with the fanes and low wines, and redistill it in various forms that have special distillation distillation processes in different stills. They all have different names. The Wee Witchy is one that I remember for doing funny stuff to the spirit. Some magic involved there, folklore. But what comes out of it is a very heavy spirit. And this is really, no matter what kind of Mortlachs you buy, this is really what they exhibit the most. Very heavy nature. And when you put it into a sherry cask, they can shine quite a bit. So it lends itself to sherry maturation, and some legendary bottles have been released in the last decade or longer, and I believe this is one of them. Fully sherry matured. It's just called sherry butt. Has a ABV of 47.8%, and I'm not quite sure how many bottles this butt was giving after 18 years of maturing. There was quite a high angel share, as it's only barely 48% ABV. And this is bottle number 385. So total number of bottles, I don't know. As I said, distilled in 1991, 13th of May. So also it's a little bit cloudy. So it is unsure filtered and natural color, of course, but quite surprising that this is cloudy. Maybe during the 10 years of being in this bottle, Neck fill was pretty high, so don't think there was much evaporation going on, but apparently this was, yeah, the ABV is low enough for this to be in turn cloudy. Regardless, I will nose it, taste it, give it a mark, and of course, if you have other Mortlachs that you particularly like, then let me know in the comments. So first of all, the nose. It is very, very heavy, yeah. Starts spicy sweet, then a little bit of sourness, then an excessive amount of dried fruit, umami flavors, plenty, yeah, lots of meaty aromas in there, but also drizzled chocolate sauce over orange marmalade, plum sauce. And now, even after nosing it for the second time now in a row, this is, I usually do the German video first and now the second video, it's even a little bit more berry forward than before. So I have blueberries, sweet preserved blueberries, and as I said, very interwoven, and a little bit of bitterness, but not too much. You definitely can smell the age in this and all the oak and tannins, but it's not distracting. It's all very, very interwoven, very well balanced. Some sweetness, spiciness. Beautiful stuff. Okay, for the taste. With only barely 48%, this carries so much, and this it carries a lot of flavor. It's bursting really. It starts off a little bit of sourness, sucks out all the saliva, very astringent, and then after 1 or 1.5 seconds, there's an explosion of sweetness, of oak, of all kinds dried fruit, very chocolatey as well, cocoa powder, but not really all that bitter. Yeah, you sense all the age. This might have been European oak. I don't know. It's certainly no vanilla, no caramel, no nothing, no honey in this one, but it is very well balanced. So it's always on the verge of going overboard with being too spicy, too oaky, but then it switches back and is then sweet again. Lots of berry forward, dried fruit aromas and flavors. Very, very enjoyable. A little bit of dusty parchment now on the nose. Some leather, oh yeah, definitely Polish leather. Yeah, it's drier now. It's always on second nosing, it turns drier. It starts off sweet and dark and brooding, and then the second time around, after you swallow a little bit, it is drier and spicier, but not anywhere or not less pleasant than before. Okay, one last sip for the finish. Yeah, medium to long. Lots of spices, tannin forward. Yeah, now a little bit more bitterness. So the milk chocolate now is more on the darker side here. Not as mint or eucalyptus forward as some other very oaky whiskeys. So this another testament to why I think this is really well balanced stuff. Yeah, great cask, well chosen, perfect age, and the strength is also at a level that you don't have to dilute it down. So sometimes you're not in the mood for cask strength whiskey. You want to just pour it into a glass and enjoy it right away without diluting it down or waiting too long for it to open up. And I think this would have been a pretty good choice. Yeah, not quite sure how expensive it was when it was released. I believe back then it was not too cheap. Yeah, compared to some other available options that you had, but nowadays I paid £120 for this on auction. Is certainly a bargain. I mean, the 18-year-old Mortlachs that were released as official bottlings were way more expensive. Then you had the old bespoken Flora and Fauna release, and that one is way more expensive now as well either. But this is pretty great stuff, and if you can find a bottle or just a taste, then go for it. Okay. Yeah, what would I mark this? I would give this 91 out of 100. I think it exceeds, it excels at everything when it comes to sherry maturation. It's beautifully balanced. It's not too oaky. No, it has lots of fruit components. It is punchy even for the rather low strength for a single cask release, and it's just fun to drink. And it's really everything that you want to have in a good sherry cask whiskey. So 91 out of 100. Very well balanced stuff, and great Mortlach. Hope you enjoyed this. I will see you again soon, I hope, and then all I can say now is have a great week and see you next time. Bye bye.